Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being truly well-informed. Ever wondered why your hand snaps back from a hot stove, like before you even feel the pain? Or how a random smell can just instantly bring back a vivid memory? Today we're digging into something incredible, really fundamental. It's the hidden network that runs everything. We're talking about nerves. Think of it as your body's electrical system. Our mission,
Yeah.
to really unpack how it all works, give you the key takeaways.
It really is amazing. And, the complexity behind even the simplest things we do, like picking up a cup, it's quite surprising when you look closely. Every single move, every feeling relies on this invisible network.
Okay, let's dive right in then. Nerves. They're everywhere in your body, right? Literally everywhere. They're like the unsung heroes constantly firing off these bioelectric messages.
That's a good way to put it. Basically, nerves are the cables carrying electrical impulses between your brain and, well, everywhere else. This constant traffic makes everything happen.
So these impulses, they do a lot.
Oh, absolutely. Their reach is incredibly broad. They let you feel things, the texture of your shirt, the warmth of coffee. They send the commands to move your muscles, whether you're walking, typing, or just blinking. And crucially, they manage all those automatic things you don't think about: breathing, sweating, digestion, heart rate, just humming along in the background.
Right.
And these nerves, along with the brain and spinal cord, they make up your whole nervous system. It's worth mentioning, while the actual cells are neurons, doctors often use nerve for the network outside the brain and spinal cord. That's the peripheral nervous system.
Okay, peripheral nervous system. Got it. So if they're doing all this work, are they all the same kind of cable? Or are there different types?
Ah, good question. No, they're definitely specialized. Functionally, you can think of them in two main categories, doing very different jobs: sensory nerves and motor nerves.
Sensory and motor.
So, sensory nerves are like recorders. They send information to your brain. All your senses: touch, taste, smell, sight, hearing, that's them. So, feeling that warm mug, that sensory nerve sending a, "Hey, this is warm," report upstairs.
Reporting for duty. Makes sense.
Then you have motor nerves. They're the action guys. They carry commands from your brain out to your muscles or glands. So when you decide to pick up that mug, it's motor nerves sending the lift command down to your arm and hand muscles.
Got it. To the brain, from the brain.
Exactly. And understanding this difference is really key. If someone has a nerve injury, knowing if it's sensory or motor or both tells doctors a lot about the symptoms: numbness, weakness, or a mix. It's like detective work.
Fascinating. So different functions.
Mhm.
But what about where they come from? Do they all start in the same place or branch out differently?
They branch out from different main centers. Anatomically, there are two big groups based on where they start: cranial nerves and spinal nerves.
Cranial and spinal.
Yep. Cranial nerves, there are 12 pairs. They actually come directly out of your brain. They mostly serve the face, head, and neck. And they can be sensory, motor, or sometimes both. Think about making facial expressions, moving your eyes, or smelling something. That's your cranial nerves at work.
Okay, 12 pairs, straight from the brain. And spinal.
Right. Spinal nerves, you have 31 pairs of those branching out from your spinal cord all the way down. Like cranial nerves, they can also handle both sensory input and motor commands. A great example is feeling where your arm is without looking. That sensory info from joints and muscles going via spinal nerves. And crucially, they handle reflexes. That super fast hand pull from the hot stove, that's mainly spinal nerves orchestrating a quick response, often before your brain fully registers the ouch.
Wow, a built-in safety mechanism.
Precisely, an automatic defense.
So next time I smell coffee, cranial nerves. Jerk my hand back from the oven, spinal nerves. Amazing how specific it is. But stepping back, what's the big picture purpose? What parts of our lives do these nerves actually control?
Oh, it's pretty much everything. They control a huge range of functions, some voluntary things you choose to do, and tons of involuntary stuff, like all your voluntary movements: walking, talking, picking things up, then all your senses: touch, pain, feeling hot or cold, vibration, hearing, balance, taste, smell, sight. All of it.
Yeah.
And then the automatic things: blood pressure, breathing, digestion, heart rate, even your stress response. It's vast.
It really is. It's not just about doing things. It sounds like it shapes how we experience everything, too.
That's a profound point. It absolutely does. The way you perceive pain or color or even a gut feeling, it's all filtered and interpreted through your specific nerve network. Your reality is wired through them.
Incredible. So much happening without us even noticing. Okay, how does it actually work? How do these signals, these messages, get passed along between nerves and the rest of the system?
Right, the mechanism. It's this really fast interplay between the two main parts of the nervous system we mentioned. You've got your peripheral nervous system, the PNS, that huge network out in the body. Think of it as the collectors and transmitters. It sends signals from everywhere to your spinal cord. And the spinal cord is part of the central nervous system, the CNS.
Okay. PNS collects, CNS process.
Exactly. The CNS, your brain and spinal cord, that's the command center. It receives and interprets all those signals from the PNS. Your brain integrates everything to tell you what to do, move, feel, think, react. And like we said, some reactions, like the hot stove reflex, are so fast they happen mostly at the spinal cord level, bypassing conscious thought initially. Super efficient.
Efficiency is key there. So zoom in on one nerve sending a signal. How does that tiny electrical impulse actually travel and get passed on?
Okay, let's walk through it. It's like a super fast six-step relay. One, first the electrical signal zips down the main wire of the nerve cell, called the axon.
The axon, right.
Two, when it hits the end at a spot called the axon hillock, it triggers a change. The electrical signal converts into a chemical one. Three, these chemicals, called neurotransmitters, are released into a tiny gap, the synapse. This is the bridge to the next cell.
A chemical bridge.
So that neurotransmitter floats across the synapse and docks onto a receptor on the next cell, could be another neuron or a muscle cell. This docking action converts the message back into an electrical signal. 5. This new electrical signal then travels along that next cell, 6, and the whole process just repeats, cell to cell, incredibly fast until the message gets where it needs to go.
Wow. Electrical to chemical, back to electrical, over and over. It really is like a biological information highway. And that's happening constantly right now, just allowing us to sit here and talk and listen. Mind-boggling.
It truly is. The speed and complexity are phenomenal.
So these signals are flying around. But where are all these nerve cables actually located? You said everywhere, but can we get more specific? What are they made of?
Yeah, they are genuinely widespread. Many start in the spinal cord or brain and then branch out. Think about your arms. You've got major nerves like the ulnar, median, and radial nerves controlling movement and sensation. That funny bone nerve is the ulnar. Your face has cranial nerves for expressions, sight, smell, the optic nerve, facial nerve. Down in your legs, you've got the huge sciatic nerve, femoral nerve, tibial nerve, controlling leg muscles and feeling. Even your chest and abdomen have nerves like the vagus nerve managing organ functions. They really permeate the entire body.
Okay, so they're truly everywhere. Now, if we zoomed right in on one nerve, what's its structure? What's inside that cable?
It's beautifully engineered. The core is bundles of those axons, the fibers carrying the signal. And you have dendrites, the branches that receive signals. These are all wrapped in protective layers of connective tissue, like individual axons are wrapped, then bundles of axons are wrapped, and then the whole nerve is wrapped in an outer layer. Very protective.
Layers of protection. Makes sense.
And crucially, there are special cells involved. In the brain and spinal cord, they're called oligodendrocytes. Outside the CNS, they're Schwann cells. These cells wrap around the axons, and they're full of this fatty substance called myelin. Myelin forms layers around the axon, creating the myelin sheath.
Ah, myelin. I've heard of that.
Yes. And think of it exactly like the plastic insulation around an electrical wire. It's critical. Myelin helps the electrical signal travel much, much faster and more efficiently down the axon. If that myelin gets damaged through injury or disease, the nerve signals slow down or might even stop completely.
Ah, so that insulation is key. Like if the plastic coating on a wire gets frayed, the signal messes up.
Precisely. That's a perfect analogy. Damage to myelin is a major factor in many neurological problems. Keeping that sheath healthy is vital.
Okay, so it's clear how vital nerves and their myelin insulation really are. We need them for everything. What happens when they don't work right? Like, I remember holding an ice pack too long once, and my hand went completely numb for ages. Is that the nerves basically shutting down temporarily?
That's a great everyday example. Yes, the cold was interfering with the nerve's ability to send signals properly, especially those sensory signals telling your brain about touch and temperature. The signal was struggling, like you said.
And obviously nerve damage can be much more serious, leading to things like peripheral neuropathy or sciatica, causing long-term pain or weakness. So what can we actually do to keep this intricate system healthy?
That's the crucial question. And the good news is a lot is within our control. Simple, healthy habits make a huge difference to nerve health. Based on the sources, here's what really helps. First off, avoid tobacco. Smoking is really damaging to nerves. If you smoke, quitting is a huge step.
Okay, no tobacco. Makes sense.
Eat a good, nutritious diet, lots of whole grains, healthy fats, lean protein, fruits, vegetables, the building blocks for nerve health. Also, limit alcohol intake. Excessive alcohol can be toxic to nerves.
Diet and alcohol. Got it.
Manage existing health conditions, especially things like diabetes, which can significantly impact nerves if not well controlled. Proactive management is key. Find healthy ways to manage stress meditation, exercise, yoga, whatever works for you. Chronic stress isn't good for the nervous system.
Stress less, move more. Common sense, but important here too.
Definitely. Get enough sleep, aiming for that 7 to 8 hours a night. Sleep is when your body, including your nerves, does a lot of repair work. And finally, stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water and fluids. Dehydration can affect nerve function too.
Wow. So these aren't just generic be healthy tips. They directly support this electrical wiring system we've been talking about.
Exactly. They help maintain the structure, the myelin, the signaling, everything we've discussed.
And if someone is worried, maybe experiencing tingling, numbness, or pain they think might be nerve-related, talking to a doctor is the way to go. Right.
Absolutely. And it helps to go in with specific questions like, how can I tell if this is nerve pain? What could be causing it? What tests might I need? What treatments are there? And importantly, what else can I do to prevent this getting worse or happening again?
Good advice. Be specific. Be proactive. Well, this has been an incredible journey, really getting under the hood of our own bodies. From tiny electrical sparks to controlling literally everything we do and feel, I feel like we've genuinely unlocked a deeper appreciation for this internal communication network. It's truly mind-blowing stuff.
It really is. And maybe here's a final thought to leave you with. Think about something really simple you do today. Reaching for your phone, maybe taking a breath right now. Consider the unbelievable silent coordination happening just for that simple act. Countless electrical signals, chemical handoffs happening constantly beneath your awareness just to make life happen. Doesn't that make even the most ordinary moments feel a bit more profound? Knowing about that intricate symphony always playing inside you.
It absolutely does. It puts everything in new perspective. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into our body's amazing electrical network. Stay curious, everyone, and we'll catch you next time.